Oh man.
Here we go, and
Some say that I don't fit in. Some think that I'm too brown. I even heard the word on the street is that I ain't fit for a crown. But let me tell you something, I'm a fearless one. I'm not the kind to back down. I hold my ground. But if it was left up to them, I wouldn't be who I am.
Music is something that's just a part of my bloodline. But growing up, I heard my grandma doing it, and she has a heavy voice like mine, or mine's like hers. And that's something I was introduced to at a very young age. Growing up in church, that's just where my love for music was cultivated.
My history, what we live versus what you read.
My experience with South Bend, outside of Notre Dame, I found my community quickly, church. Quite frankly, in the Black community, church is our safe haven. Church has always been our safe haven. And in the church, you find so many people, educators, engineers, artists. And so from that, then I'm able to also branch out to meet more people. Who do they know? The beautiful thing about that is that there is no one Black experience. So everyone's experience has value. And so from that, you just sort of learn and you reach out to meet more people. As much as I love gospel, I find ways in which I may incorporate the gospel message with taking some of the music, maybe like of Donny Hathaway. I love Donny Hathaway, hands down. And then I go back to maybe like even some of the Gladys Knight, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, someone who grew up in the church, played piano at her father's church, and found a way to keep her gospel identity even in her soul that she did. And there's something about gospel and the soul plus the soul genre itself and how those two intertwine.
That's who I'll be, who I am, forever I'm free, yeah. But if it was left up to them, I wouldn't be who I am.
My degree here at Notre Dame, I'm a Doctor of Musical Arts and Choral Conducting, first African-American in the program. Sacred music in the sense of where we are at Notre Dame is a study into music of the Western European church. We do the study of how these composers wrote this sacred text to fit for whatever was necessary or needed in the church. But sacred music, in our sense here at the department, lacked a lot of stuff in the Black church before I came. There's probably little to no discussion about what actually happened in the Black church because they had no one here to really talk about it. They didn't have someone who actually lived that experience.
In the air, over my head, I hear music in the air, over my...
Although my degree focuses on sacred music, there's rap, there's the spoken word, there's jazz, and all of these things tie into the sacred and the secular. And under the umbrella of the African diaspora, there is no division because we share some of those same things, harmonic progressions, the stories that are told. It's just, we just change spaces where we tell the story.
I hear joy bells in the air.
I knew that I would like to have some kind of sacred component that I could leave here in the department.
I hear joy bells in...
But this musical work that I have, how can I make that something that will help me to open the door for the next person that comes to Notre Dame, but me to just be authentically myself as it relates to music. While I can conduct, a string orchestra, I can do the Baroque stuff, I can do the romantic stuff. My heart is really in pursuing the music of the African American culture, hands down. And how can I find ways to teach people who study this music by white composers and also bridging the gap and bringing in people from the community who sing gospel. So Bespoken was a conglomeration of hip hop, jazz, gospel, rap, and spoken word. And we did a piece called Stop Killing Me. I wrote it right after George Floyd was murdered. Bespoken is just a living work. It can be adapted for whatever setting. There's so much happening in our world that has to be discussed. And the sad thing is, because there are so many things that are happening, people tend to forget what happened right before this. It felt really good to do that because what I was doing was showing a bit of myself in every piece of music that was performed. But the beautiful thing about it is that it's our story as told to music.
Another victim dead of hate. I pray nobody else relates.
That moment there showed me what can be done with hard work. It showed me what can be done whenever someone has a vision and they have people who also enjoy that vision and they want to invest in ensuring that that vision comes to fruition. That's what happened that day. My godson. So I do it for him because I want him to see what a black man can do. Not just someone on TV, but someone that he knows personally. I know that as a black man, this is something that's special for me because we don't get many opportunities like this in the academy. I can honestly say that I was appointed to be here at Notre Dame for this time. I did not know it when I first got here, but I know it now. I am Emorja Roberson. I am an educator in African American music, and I am a South Bend local.